Today, I find myself all alone on a beautiful sunny day in Bocas del Toro on a very, very quiet, sophisticated lady. Meantime, on the other side of the ocean, Maddie and Richie have started meeting all the new family over near Milan, Italy.
He's Italian. He's Italian. Love pasta, love bread.
Afterwards, back on my side of the globe, I get my daily video chat with Mommy and Richie. Where's Richie? Hey, Richie. Hi, buddy. Hi, bud. Hey, you having lots of fun with Mom in Italy? Uh-huh. And then, as often happens on many days in Bocas del Toro, we get a shower. Just enough to help fill up the water tanks, and then with any luck, we'll see the sun again this afternoon. Meantime, we got the batteries ready to put back in Thomas's boat, as if you remember, he had some electrical damage from a lightning strike. In addition, at the same time, he lost both of his fridges. So, yep, you could say we got some issues to deal with. And that's where we're gonna start today.
Yeah, right.
That looks like a lot of fun, dude. What would you tell Bavaria right now?
That I hate them. They are really... I mean...
But it's so serviceable.
Someone should tell them that there might be sometimes during the lifetime that you actually need to do some service and access things.
Yeah, that guy's buried in his house drinking wine right now, having a good night.
Yeah.
And we're here fixing this shit.
Fuck.
Hey, come on aboard. So yeah, Thomas is here. Sorry? I'm just finishing something here quick. Yeah, Thomas is here. We got to do another project for his boat. Once we get the battery installed, then he'll have power. We need to get his fridge running again because, of course, it just stopped working, like, completely. So, thankfully, I just received a couple of these guys from Set Power to test. And perfect time to test them is we're going to put one in Sir Thomas's boat. And hopefully get him back up and running with some cold beers.
Yeah, man. It's been a hard time.
I know, yeah, it's a little rough when everything starts dropping like flies on the boat.
Yeah, that's
Man.
not a joke.
Uh-huh.
Sailor's life.
But now we're going to test this baby out. I'm going to put it on the floor here and just kind of plug it in and let it run for 24 hours. At the same time, I'm going to put on one of my measuring devices, find out how much power it consumes just to get it frozen down over 24 hours. It comes with dual adapters, so that's these guys here, because it is set up for 12 or 24 volts, just plugged in directly through a cigarette lighter, which is very handy. And then they have the adapter here with the female receptacle for the cigarette lighter adapter. So this just plugs into your AC, wherever you 110 to 220 volt, whatever you want. And this will plug in directly over on the side here into either 12 or 24 volts, whatever you happen to have. So I've had devices like this before, and they've been very handy on the boat, especially as backup freezers or anything like that, because this thing will take it down to minus 18 Celsius, or, I don't know what that is, like 24 Fahrenheit or something, I'm not sure, but actually I think it's written in here, let's see. Yeah, recommended temperatures for meat, 0 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 18 Celsius. So that's how cold it will actually take it down to, which is quite impressive. So for now, yeah, I'm just going to get it plugged in and start measuring. Okay, so you can see I've just plugged in the cable down there, run it to the transformer, and then the transformer is over plugged into my wall. So it's empty, and turn it on. There we go. And it's showing 13.9 volts, so that's good. 86 degrees. It looks like it's set for 0 Fahrenheit. So I think we'll just leave it at 0 for now and just let it freeze. I'll put a couple bottles of water in it. Spoiler alert, the test results were excellent, and I'm quite impressed with these Set Power fridges and freezers. If you're interested in one, you can find a discount link in the text description below, along with the discount code Capitan Rick. Dude, check this out. It's already at 12 degrees Fahrenheit. You open it up, And these bottles are almost frozen solid already. Like, holy shit. It's almost frozen solid. That's fast. Wow. Cool.
Generator is running.
Generators check?
Yeah.
So that's 220, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, today's experiment starts with this guy right here. And this is a new power transformer that takes 110 volts to 220. So it adapts either direction. And the reason we need this is to power my vacuum pump, which is this guy. Because this is a high wattage, 110 volt accessory. As you can see, it's just 110 volt plug there. And this will plug into 110 or 220 just through a simple adapter. But this transformer is supposed to regulate up to 3,000 watts of continuous output for any device you want to connect to it. So we just select our input power, which we need to change right now. So is your power 200, 220, or 240?
It's 240 or 230, yeah.
Well, I need to select either 220 to 230 or 240.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'll put it in here, but then we'll check it with the voltmeter first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll select that.
I've
got the adapter on, so we just need a plug.
Yeah, I have a 16 amp outlet there for the
Microwave, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put this guy over here. Yes, that has some weight. In?
Yep.
Okay, let's turn this on. Ooh, we have power. Okay, so we got it on AC. We got 235 and 118. All right, that looks good. So let's try my device. We'll bring it over and plug it in and see if it starts up. Now this thing is a huge induction load, so it takes a lot of power just to crank it over, and then it just keeps running. So hopefully this device has enough to crank this over. Well, that's what we're going to find out right now. Okay, so now the test. Cross the fingers. Muy bien. Okay. We have the power. All right, Houston, we are in business. So we'll get the vacuum pump hooked up. We'll hook it up to the fridge. And we're going to let it run all the pressure out of the system. And hopefully just see if there's any kind of a blockage, like a bubble or something that's just blocking the system, and pull it out. And then we'll turn on the compressor and see if it keeps running, because what it's been doing is just on for a second or two and then off again. So hopefully we can eradicate that problem, which I think is due to a high pressure on the output side, because there might be a blockage. If that's not the problem, then it's the electronic module. I can fix the blockage, I can't fix the module. So let's hope it's the compressor, just the pressure issue. Okay, so you can see from our gauges, I've hooked up the low pressure line to the low pressure side of the compressor on this fridge, and then the vacuum pump connects to the center of the manifold over to here. So this is still closed on the valve, the shut-off valve here. So we're going to turn on the vacuum pump, then open this valve, and then open this valve, and then it will just start evacuating the pressure straight out of the fridge, and hopefully break the bubble. Power. First valve, and second valve. Now we wait.
Where did you learn these things?
Well, I took refrigeration training in Canada. First year I bought a sailboat, because the first vacation we ever took on the sailboat, we lost the fridge halfway through the vacation, so everything died. So we had to stop to get the fridge fixed, and that took like 3-4 days to find somebody to come out and do it. So we lost a lot of our vacation just because we're losing our food rapidly. So I took the course to get certified as a fridge tech, so I could buy all the tools, get the refrigerant, all that stuff, and I've always had it on board ever since. That's the short story.
This is the series of 10 things you did not know about Rick Moore.
Yeah, the transformer's working perfectly, and you can see from here We're drawing just over 230 watts. Now it's upside down, but you can see that's around 235 watts. So that's for this guy here, the vacuum pump, which now has us down to almost 30 inches of mercury, which is almost perfect vacuum. That's excellent. So we're making progress, so good stuff. Alright, so we're finished with the vacuum pump. We've been using it for about, I'd say 2 hours, give or take. We ran it for an hour first, then just shut it down, let it hold vacuum, and you can see that it is still holding vacuum at 30 inches of mercury, which is perfect. That's exactly where we want to see it. So that's good. The system has no leaks, it holds vacuum. Hopefully we've cleaned the system out now, where if there was a blockage, hopefully there's no more blockage. So now what we need to do is disconnect the vacuum pump. That's my yellow line here, and we're going to remove that from the manifold. Now remember, this is closed tight, so this whole green line is completely vacuum. That's what's holding vacuum in the system right now, so we can disconnect this one from the manifold, no problem. And then we need our gas
Here. Oh yeah.
Okay, so we got a new tank here. I've got it on secure, but I haven't pierced it yet, so there's no pressure available. And we're going to put this in the center of the manifold, like so. Now what you got to remember is the whole system is full of vacuum. So there's no pressure, there's negative pressure. And we're going to put pressure in. So this is vacuum, but this line is full of air. And we don't want that, because if we open this and this is full of air, all that air is going to be the first thing that gets charged right into the system. And that air is full of moisture and humidity. That would be very, very bad. So what we need to do is first pierce this. Just go in. Okay, I've got pressure there now. So I'm going to leave that there. And actually we need to unscrew this again, just to crack. Okay. And open that up until we get the pressure. Okay, so now we know that it's just full of gas, not air. So we close that tight. Open this up. Okay, give it a shake to make sure everything is mixed well. And then we open our manifold. And as soon as we open this manifold, when we open the manifold, it's going to open up the port from this charge line that's positive pressure full of the gas, the 134A, and go straight through the manifold, and the vacuum is going to suck the gas straight into the compressor and charge the system. So you'll see this is going to jump very fast when I open it. So we don't want to open it too much at once, just ease it in. Boom, just like that. See how fast that happens? So back it off a little bit, just give it a little bit. Let the system take it at its own rate. I can feel these are getting cold because it's a liquid gas going through here now and it's expanding. So it's very cold. Okay, so we'll stop it there. Now we need to turn this system on and let the compressor start moving the gas through the system. And this is where we're going to find out if this is what our problem was, if it was a blockage or if it's an electronic issue with the module. So if you want to turn on the breaker, okay, and then I'm going to put in the positive power port like so, and then we just feel, and there the compressor just turned on. And it turned off again. Fuck. So that means that the problem is probably in the control module itself, which is unfortunate because it's going to be a lot harder to find or replace that than it is to just recharge the system and get rid of a blockage. Yeah, it just starts up 2 seconds and then stops. And I've checked all the voltages. There's no voltage drop through the system. So it's got good power. But it's just not keeping running. There's got to be a problem with this device. So right now I'm just firing it up manually just to keep running it, and I'm taking in some of the gas just to see if it makes any difference, but it keeps shutting off. And it's taking the gas, but it just doesn't stay running. Okay, so we figure the problem has got to be in this module. So we're gonna crack it. Okay, it's just on with one screw and then it separates this way. So just pull it off. It comes off the back like so. And when we open it, yeah, look, see there's a red flashing light right there. It's flashing twice. So 2 flashes and then a long pause. So we need to find out what that's trying to tell us. Because it might be an error code. Power's off. Okay, so I'm still working away here. And I figured out one thing, is that when the compressor was turning on, the fan was not. So the cooling fan on the condenser was not working. Now that's either because it's dead or there's a short or a bad connection or something, but I disconnected the fan wires from the control and now the compressor is running. So we actually have compressing, like we actually have the compressor running and taking gas now. So I just started putting some more gas into it and right now it's running at about 15-16 pounds. Which is good. I'm just going to let it keep running and keep taking the gas and charging the high pressure side. Now we'll see if we get a little bit of cooling inside the fridge, but I'm not expecting much because the condenser is running hot right now. So it has no means to cool. So we need to get this fan. You can see there's the fan. And it needs to come out and be changed or tested. So one way or another we got to get that guy out of there. So that's the next project. But good news is the compressor and the module are okay so far.
Giving the compressor a blowjob here.
Man, you get all the fun easy jobs.
Yeah. No, well, who was the one that actually managed to unscrew the screw?
Why, did you get it unscrewed?
Yeah.
Oh, it's out already? Or
No, it's halfway out, but the compressor was so hot, so I just had to cool down a little bit. But yeah. So this fan and this fan, yeah.
Yeah, both fans dead. So yeah, that's what we found out. It's the fan itself causing the issue. There's a short in the fan, electrical, and it's just causing the module to shut down, shut off the compressor, everything. So we got a new fan. We just got to get it installed. We got to get the old one out first. So there's a couple of screws, which of course in really hard to reach places and really tight. So I let Thomas go in and deal with that. He gets the fun stuff.
It has the precision.
And then I'll go in and wire it all up and hook it up, and then hopefully it'll be good and we can start dialing up the pressures again and make the fridge work properly again. So might have a working fridge or freezer by tonight if we're lucky.
That would be epic.
Huh?
Yeah, that would be fucking epic. Where was the fucking hole again?
Oh, that's what she said.
I have a friend that was so happy because he was late last night. He haven't had a... Oh, you're filming.
Oh, is that the end of that story?
Yeah, that was the end of that story. It's like, you can't put everything on camera.
So with Thomas's fridge happily back in action, he still had quite a bit of food that had defrosted when it died, including some very nice salmon fillets. So when Thomas offered to come over and make dinner, I broke out our Japanese kamikoto knives for him. But I warned him, be careful because they are sharp and I don't want to see a finger in my dinner.
Like the Italians is doing...
Make sure it runs down your arm first.
Yeah.
You shower.
I need to borrow 2 small leaves of your beautiful herbs upstairs.
Alright.
Homegrown stuff.
Hey, what do you mean homegrown?
It's not to smoke, it's to eat.
Basil.
Yeah, you eat with your eyes as well. Okay, dinner is served.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Looks beautiful.
That's Viking style.
Vikings eat salmon?
They do. It's like, yeah, I just use this for plan, so it saves.
Salud, man.
Salud.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Thank you, amigo. And you guys, salud. Enjoy your night. I think we're having a good dinner and a good sunset here. Looks like a nice way to end the day. Cheers.
We've been pretty, we say we deserve a good dinner. We've been pretty effective today. We've done a lot of shit. So, yeah, this is good.
Oh, we almost did a lot of shit.
Oh, we did.
We got lots done, just not everything.
We started very early. We actually started 9-ish.
I know. But that's the way it always works out. You start out to do a lot, you get this much of it done, and then you're like, wow, we got a lot done. Not everything, but because something always happens, something always comes up, something always changes. You never know what's coming your way. So that's the life of a cruiser. Enjoy, guys. Next time. They won't come out there. Muy bien. Delicioso. Compliments to the chef.
And the salmon? Oh. Approved. I'm a badass chef.
So you guys will remember, I told you a while ago that Bocas was built almost entirely on the water. And earlier today we came across this place that looked very cool, called Aqua. Well, needless to say, it went immediately on Thomas's list to check out. So after dinner, we did exactly that, came to check it out. Now, it was still pretty early by bar standards, but just looking around, you could tell this place looked like it would be a lot of fun when it was happening later at night. Needless to say, I think Thomas found his new favorite hangout, so I suspect we'll probably be seeing a lot less of Uncle Thomas in the near future.
Hey, well,
New hangout, huh?
yeah, we're just watching. This unicorn is fucking bigger than mine. That's unfair. I need to get a new one.
Yeah, they outdid you, buddy. You gotta step up the game now.
Yeah, I lost it. Just destroying it. So from the Norwegian jury, I would say 5 points because she just wanted the attention, screaming a lot.